I'm live. And it is freezing. Well, everybody, welcome to a Tuesday morning stream. Hey, Danny Caman, how's it going? And Alex, how's it going? How's it going? You're in North York too, are you? And good morning, Michelle Gray and Harjot. Alan K. Kwan, good morning. And Reggie. And Big S is here. No worries if you're at school. And hello, Terratopia. Multitasking. And hello, Yogi. And Marie Palmer. Hello, hello. It is very cold. It's -3, but it feels way colder because of the wind chill. And I'm here in North York. North York Center, or Willowdale as part of this area is called. And as you can see, I'm pretty far from downtown. I think way down there you can see Yonge and Eglinton and the CN Tower. That's way zoomed in. Hello, Connie Louie, how's it going? Leon, and Mark Lang, and Guy Soleil, and Dave in Bangor, Maine. Thanks everyone for joining in on a live stream in a part of the city I've never live streamed in before, for no particular reason. I just haven't made my way up here yet for a live stream. I have done some recorded videos up here before though. And this is sort of the downtown area for North York, the North York part of Toronto. One of the boroughs, as people like to refer to them, although they're not really boroughs anymore. Yeah, it's very cold, Alan. It feels like 10 below, not like -3. Hey, Peter Stock. Yes, all is well. Welcome to North York. Hey, Patrice. Hello, hello. Hey, Joseph and Bob Cajun. So this is a more suburban part of the city. Beyond this high-rise corridor here along Yonge Street, you find 1960s era suburban subdivisions. Parts of this old Willowdale was built up in the 1920s or so, mainly just along Yonge Street. So there are some old commercial buildings along the strip here. -12, that's what it feels like here, Michelle. And Yonge Street here is very wide and very busy. It's not a very pedestrian friendly environment here, although the sidewalks are pretty wide, so I'll give it that. Hello in the Netherlands. I think there are some plans to make this area more pedestrian friendly, maybe eliminate a lane on either side and put in some bike lanes. or maybe even 2 lanes on either side. And I'm going to take a little detour somewhere up ahead to stop by a spot, a kind of a cool little spot dedicated to some guys who grew up in this area who became really famous. Some of you might be able to guess what I'm talking about. I'll just say it's music related. Hello, watcher. So here's Shepard Avenue. I took the subway up here from Queen Station. It took about a half an hour, maybe just a little bit less. There you go, looking east down Shepard. There's another subway line running along Shepard Street. I did a video where I rode that subway line for the first time recently. Keith, well, I don't think there's any snow forecast for the city. There are areas just outside of the city that are getting snow. Toronto seems to always miss out on the snowfalls. It's supposed to get warmer actually later this week. Get up to like 10 or 11 degrees Celsius by the end of the week. So I don't think we'll be having any snow events happening here in the city. So there across the street you can see some of the older commercial buildings, those storefronts. Lots of those were built up by the 1940s and 50s, or even earlier for some of them. And all these high-rises didn't start appearing until the 70s, I'd say the mid-70s. I think this one was the very first one actually, this black office building here. I think that was one of the first high-rise buildings to appear up here in the 70s. And then in the 80s it really started to take off with office towers and apartment complexes. Snow on the lake. This is really almost like another downtown for this end of the city. It has all the usual stuff that you expect to find in a downtown of a fair-sized city. You got like office buildings, condominiums, grocery stores, movie theaters, every kind of restaurant you can imagine. Up ahead there's a second Koreatown. The main Koreatown on Bloor Street is the one most people think of when they think of Koreatown, but up here there's pretty much an almost equally sizable Koreatown further up Yonge Street. Is Johnny in the chat? Hello, Mr. Strides. For a second I thought people were mistakenly calling me Johnny. And I was like, oh, wait a sec. He must be in the chat. This is a pretty narrow corridor of development here. I think you go about 2 blocks over that way and the high rises just stop. And then it's just all low-rise residential. Hey, Mr. Strides, $3 for an espresso infused bagel bite. Well, thank you very much. Or I should say, thank you very much, thank you. I think Mr. Stride's video today had a special unexpected guest appearance by Megan. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to watch it when I get home. Oh, that makes more sense. Strides. If you meant to type burrito. Is it tomorrow? Oh, okay. I thought it was today. Well, stay tuned tomorrow then. Megan will make an appearance in Mr. Stride's video. And the development never stops here. This part of the city is building up almost as quickly as downtown in Yonge and Eglinton. Here we have some lovely Toronto scaffolding. One of the highlights of the city for every tourist. Normally I like to walk on the other side of the scaffolding. I guess I can. It's pretty narrow, but I can manage. At least the wind seems to have calmed down. I was kind of worried it was going to be gale force gusting winds. Maybe I'll walk right out of the city into York Region. I've never done that in a stream before. Hey Elise, how's it going? And Alan K. Kwan, $5. You need a hot chocolate to go with the bagel. Yes, I do, Alan K. Kwan, and thank you very much for the super chat. A hot chocolate to go with a bagel or a burrito. In either way, it works for me. Yeah, we've never done an official co-stream, have we, Strides? I know we kind of did when Bevy was in town, but that wasn't like really planned so much as it just happened. I saw your stream last night, Strides, where you went to Kringlewood. A lot more Santas were up than when I went. I went a little too early. There were only 2 inflatable Santas when I went. I was pretty disappointed. I was like, well, I guess I have to come back. Danny Caman, €2 for some marshmallows on top. Well, thank you, Danny. That would just make it perfecto. And Michelle Gray, $10 towards your hot drink fund for going out in the cold to do the stream for us. Well, thank you very, very kindly, Michelle. I think this is the coldest it's been since last winter, since the beginning of 2021. No, I didn't run into any Karens. I know, right? It's like, how dare someone take photos or a video on a street lined with giant Santas that basically is there to entice people to come and do exactly that sort of thing, or at least come and look at it. Like, what the heck? Terratopia, $25. Wowza, holy cow, it is freezing outside today. Hope you have your long johns on. Wow, I don't actually have my long johns on, and I'm kind of regretting that. So thank you very kindly, Terratopia, for the generous super. You know, I kind of thought that when I was getting ready to go out. I thought, should I put on long johns? And I was like, nah. So this is Hillcrest. So I wanted to take a detour down here to show you guys that thing, and then we'll head back onto Yonge Street again. Hey Byung Cho, how's it going? Hello. And Star Goddess, hello, how are you? That's a cool name. And Fans Buses Gaming, hello to you as well, and JD. And hello to Megan. Apparently your special appearance is going to be tomorrow, Megan. It wasn't today in Johnny's video. So this will give us a chance to look at how rapidly this density drops off as soon as you just go a couple of blocks off of Yonge Street. Fans, I'm going to show everyone a little park dedicated to some local legends, some local music legends who grew up in this very neighborhood. This is where they met as kids in school, and they formed a band together, and they became probably the biggest band to ever come out of Toronto, at least definitely a top 2 or 3 biggest band to ever come out of Toronto. Anybody have any guesses as to who this band is and who these people are? So you look over here, you have all these quite suburban looking spacious residential neighborhoods, and then right here you just have a wall of high rises. Triumph, Bare Naked Ladies. Nope, nope. Oh, I think somebody guessed right. I saw a correct guess. Hey Lisa, how's it going? Alright, whoever guessed Rush, you are correct. And this is called the Leifsen Lee Art Park, I believe, named after Alex Leifsen and Geddy Lee. Two of the members of Rush. Neil Peart did not grow up in this neighborhood. He joined the band later on. He's from the St. Catharines area, I believe. It's just a neat little park. There's an amphitheater here. And over here there's some artwork dedicated to the band. My gimbal hand is double gloved, but it's already starting to feel a little stiff. Okay, here we go. So Lee Leifsen Art Park. Did I say Leifsen Lee?
Oh my God.
No worries, man, no worries. And here we go. There you go. That's Alex on the left and Geddy on the right. Dave, awesome. That sounds like an awesome idea. So anyway, I'm a big Rush fan, so I always wanted to show this in a live stream. I have came by here before in a recorded video in much warmer weather. I'm not sure what they were doing. I don't think they were doing anything that they should be worried about being caught on a live stream in the process of doing whatever I'm trying to say. You're up till 5 a.m. Wow. Rush or the Beatles? Well, the Beatles. I mean, that's no question, the Beatles. And then Rush and Sloan and the Beach Boys, I think, would probably round out my top 5. Is that 4? Can I get back to the street through here? I don't know if I can cut through here somehow. Let's find out. I don't know, I'm not familiar with these schools up in this part of the city. Maybe it's the same school that Alex and Geddy went to when they were kids.
We met there?
found some wind. Yeah, second cup, those seem to be few and far between these days, don't they? Earl Haig, you know, that sounds about right, Claudia. So I'm basically getting funneled back to the same street I walked up on. Oh well. Yeah, Megan's very well, Lisa. Thanks for asking. She's at work right now. So she's just sort of monitoring the stream while she's working. Jeanette Morales, $10 for a tasty lunch. Well, that will hit the spot. Thank you very much, Jeanette. Very, very kind. And very, very much appreciated. Should make that a hot lunch. Hot lunch to go with the hot beverages. Oh, I have that. I have that movie Boardwalk Brad Across the Universe, the one where it's a whole bunch of people singing Beatles songs. I won't leave my brass monkey out, no. Yeah, John O'Meara, it's actually been a few weeks, I think, since I've had a girthy burrito. Or even a slender burrito. Any sort of burrito, really. Alright, so now we're resuming our walk north on Yonge Street. Oh yeah, Lisa, I have that movie as well. Hey, 12, alright, hello to you. That's one thing I like about doing the streams at this time of day, is a lot of people can pop in and say hi during their lunch break from work. There's a Wendy's. This is a big complex here. Empress Walk. Got a grocery store, got a Cineplex. All kinds of things are in here. I should do a pre-recorded video actually walking around in there. I don't think I've ever done that before. All right, Claudia, thanks very much. Aha, Brad's on lunch. That's what some people say about me, John O'Meara. It's a budgie. When I was growing up, we always had budgies. And I remember all of them. I remember all of their names. Boston Pizza, which, believe it or not, is a chain that started, I think, in Edmonton, and their pizza has nothing whatsoever to do with Boston. They just thought it sounded like a cool name for a pizza place. And Boston is not even really known for pizza. But up here in Canada, we didn't know any better, and we thought, hey, Boston Pizza, let's go there. Hey, New York, here I come. How's the things in the UK? Having an evening meal. It's probably not as cold as it is here right now. Well, is that right, Rob? Yeah, wow. That's way in the south end of North Bay. JD, it's -3, but it feels a lot colder. There's just like a bitter, cold wind, and the air is just super icy feeling, you know? Maybe in February, -3 would seem like a nice warm day, but right now it seems cold as all get out. Hello, Snurchik. I never know how to pronounce your name. Sorry, but hello, how are you? It's always good to see you. That's true, no freezing rain. No precipitation of any sort. Frank Axworthy, $5. Watching from Cape Breton. It's going to be balmy 13. Wow, that sounds pretty good. Well, thank you very much for the super, Frank. And I think at the end of the week, around Friday, it's going to be up into the double digits here again. So we got some warmth coming our way. Picard is here. And hello, Vining. A funny thing happens when it gets cold is it starts to get hard to talk. It's hard to form words properly because your mouth does not want to give you the ability to enunciate things. It's kind of a weird phenomenon that happens. You start tripping over your words a lot more. You have to kind of carefully pronounce things. At least that's what happens to me. See, it just happened right there. It's like your mouth is just like, I cannot form words properly. Yeah, maybe that's it, Vining. Or things just become numb? I don't know. So now we're coming into the Koreatown sort of part of North York here. I remember one of Johnny's really early live streams when he was walking through here and he passed by that place. And he said, Hey, Ken is inside there right now, or something to that effect. Yeah, just past 100 viewers. Pretty good. Somebody wanted a kiss. How do you even do that over a live stream? Just make like a kiss sound? Well, I'm not going to do that. That's pretty silly. I think there's like a few H Marts up here actually. This is the first one. And once you get even further north, beyond the Koreatown section, it kind of transitions into a sort of little Persia. I think there's a sizable Iranian community who lives up in this area, as well as Korean. And there's also a Jewish community in the area as well, although that's a little bit further to the west, but there is some spillover here. Getty was, or is, Jewish. His real name is Getty from Rush. His real name is Gary. Gary Weinrib, I think is his name. Gary Weinrib, yeah. And his mother, who was an immigrant, had such a thick accent that when she said his name Gary, it sounded like Getty. She'd go, Getty, Getty. So that's why he called himself Getty. So that was pretty funny. All right, Brad Palmer. Enjoy your time underground. I saw that picture you posted the other day, actually. I liked it. Am I walking home? Heck no. Not today. I have walked, although from downtown up to this area before. It's quite a long walk. In nice warmer weather, of course. What is that place? Macho. Macho fried rice. All right. See, like the little restaurants and businesses just extend all the way over along the side here too. All these buildings have lots of retail at the base of them. That's kind of one of the best things about this part of the city. It's just chocked full of little shops and restaurants and businesses. As long as you stay on Yonge Street, or just off of Yonge Street. You like that Rush story? Yeah, I thought that was a cool story too. I heard it, I think, in a documentary about the band. New York, here I come. We are in North York, which is one of the boroughs of Toronto, and we're walking north on Yonge Street. This part of the city is referred to as North York Centre or Willowdale. So this is like very far north of downtown. Can I even see downtown from here? No. I can see Yonge and Eglinton. Way down there you can see Yonge and Eglinton. We're like a good dozen kilometers north of downtown, give or take. Hello in Miami Beach. There's another new building going up. Yeah, we're heading towards Finch Station. That's where I'm going to catch my subway back downtown. Haha, well, right on, New York, here I come. Well, eventually you'll probably start to figure out the layout of the city. Everything is kind of in a north, south, east, west grid for the most part. MR, I'd like to, but there's no signal in the subway. Unfortunately, we do not have that ability yet. I think there are some carriers that you can do that with, but not with the one I have. I think Johnny was able to stream in the subway once or twice when he was using that other carrier for a while. Yeah, John Amir, I was mentioning that a little earlier.
Like if
I can't say I've ever had Iranian food, or at least not knowingly. I can't argue with that in Nouvelle Cosse. I think he switched providers at least half a dozen times trying to find the best combination, and he combined providers. He tried every possible thing really to maximize his streams to their full potential. Well, I see a few flakes falling here. We got some flurries, I think, forming. -17, yowza. There's another H Mart. Well, here's a Circle K. Every time I walk past the Circle K, I have to say it. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. Oh, look at that. I found Finch Avenue. Yeah, is gas cheaper here, Michelle? I never pay attention to gas prices since I don't drive. Terratopia, you got it. That was Finch Avenue. We just crossed. And here's an entranceway into Finch subway station. That's where I'll be heading into at the end of the stream to head home. Yeah, I think I've decided I'm going to just keep walking right into York region. So we'll actually leave the city of Toronto and we'll cross into the suburbs. I think Vaughan and Markham sort of, their borders meet each other up here at Yonge and Steeles. So on the east side of Yonge you'll be in Markham, and on the west side of Yonge you'll be in Vaughan, which are both cities in York region. York region is one of the suburban regions surrounding the city of Toronto. There's also Peel region, Durham region, Halton region. And all those areas together, combined with the city of Toronto, make up what people call the Greater Toronto Area, or the GTA. And now people are combining Hamilton lately too, calling it the GTHA. And the Greater Toronto Hamilton area, last time I checked, the most current estimates, I think the population is something like 8.5 million, something like that. Hey Sanjay, how's it going? Well, yeah, we got flurries happening. They're happening now. I was not anticipating this. I don't think any of this snow is going to accumulate or anything. There's nothing in the forecast about actual snow. Hey, Robert Ruddick, happy holidays to you as well. And thank you very much. And same to you. Oftentimes there'll be flurries or snow happening up here, but downtown there'll be nothing. The further north you go, the more likely you are to encounter snow. And really, once you leave the city limits into the northern suburbs, there can be snow on the ground, whereas in the city there's none. Yeah, no doubt, Kenny. Good name, by the way. Steve Mikra, $2. Thanks for braving the Canadian cold and wind. Well, you're very welcome, Steve. Thanks to you for the $2. It's always appreciated. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. But not too much. And not downtown. Yeah, Barrie and Orillia are definitely in the snow belt. And over by Collingwood, where they have Blue Mountain, which is a ski hill. There's a whole bunch of new buildings going up here. I saw that on the news, Robert. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's like, calm the F down, people. Yeah, the flurries showing up. They seem to have died off actually now, compared to just a few minutes ago. But the traffic is picking up. We're getting closer to the suburbs. I did do a recorded video though last year where I walked into York Region across Steeles Avenue. Because at that time, York Region was not in lockdown and the city of Toronto was in lockdown. So I thought it would be fun just to cross this magical border. We're on one side of the street. No one could shop, and on the other side everyone could. Or eat in restaurants, or any of the things that you couldn't do when Toronto was in lockdown. Lots of cranes here. Yeah, the mall up ahead. I've never been in the mall over here actually. Robert, it is real cold, not gonna lie. It's freezing out here. My face feels a little bit numb. Hey, Mike Landry, $5. Hello, or hi Ken and everyone in the chat. Well, thank you very much, Mike. It's always awesome to see Mike make an appearance. One of the longest and most dedicated supporters of my channel, and also Johnny's. Things up here definitely have a much more low slung and wide open look to them. At the far northern reaches of the city now. Danny Kemen? Yeah, maybe. I'm not I don't have any immediate plans, but yeah, that's something I definitely think about doing. Same with starting a Patreon. I just haven't gotten around to it. But I'll let everyone know, of course, if I do. Andrew Nielsen, $5. I like the stories and facts. You exhibit them well. Well, thank you very much, Andrew. It's very kind of you to say, and I appreciate the super chat very much. Thanks. Most of my facts revolve around things to do with music and movies, but I guess that's all right. And I guess about the city stuff. Flurries are back. And we're in the historic community of Newtonbrook now. Founded in 1796, just a few years after the town of York was founded, which of course later became Toronto. I don't think there's much left of old historic Newtonbrook though. Maybe a few old homes here and there. Roy D, at least a good 12 to 15 kilometers south of here to get to the heart of downtown. JD, yeah, I did know that was shot here. I think the University of Toronto was used for a lot of the campus scenes. And here you can see lots of Iranian businesses. This is where the street fronting retail starts to give way to these more plaza style retail strips with parking in front. That's when you know you're really in the more suburban parts of the city. Oh, that sounds good, John O'Meara. I think Megan would like that. She does like pastry. Here's a nice big supermarket here. Yeah, I think you're right, Marie. I mean, I think most guys like pastry too, right? Don't get me wrong. There's a York Region Transit bus. It's the Viva. It's like a bus rapid transit system. And then there's the regular York Region Transit buses. See the mall over here. And see that tall building up ahead? That is not in Toronto. That building is in York Region, in the suburbs. John O'Meara is a Toyota guy. There's the mall. Was this maybe the most northerly weed store in Toronto, maybe? Unless there's one right up at Steele's. I do not speak Portuguese, although it would be cool if I did. So Centerpoint Mall, I think this mall was built in like the 60s or early 70s. Late 60s, early 70s. That's when a lot of this area was really being urbanized. I do not speak Spanish either, unfortunately. I know some Spanish words and things like that. Adios, amigos. Although I'm not leaving yet, so don't don't go anywhere. That was just an example. Hey, Ice, how's it going? Is there one closer to Steele's? It will win the prize then. Most northerly weed store in Toronto, at least on the Yonge Street corridor. All those apartment buildings over there, they were also built in the late 60s or so. Here it is. I found the most northerly weed store in the city, or at least in this part of the city. That's a good name, Lucky Toke. Here's Steele's Avenue. So this is the northern boundary of the city of Toronto. It runs for something like 30 kilometers east to west along the northern part of the city. So let's leave the city of Toronto now. Boom, welcome to York Region. I think this side of the street is Markham, and the other side of the street is Vaughan. And you know you've left Toronto because everything suddenly looks a little bit different. The street signs are a different color. Things take on a even more suburban look than they did just south of Steele's. So you can see the street signs are green. And it feels 1 degree colder. No, it doesn't really, but psychologically, maybe. And this just continues on for kilometer after kilometer, kind of looking much like this, with a mix of retail and some condominium buildings. It goes on through Richmond Hill, and then Aurora, and then Newmarket. These are all suburban towns. Just a great expanse of suburbia. walking to North Bay. Whoa, hello. Well, you know, one time, many years ago, I was returning from a trip to Europe, and due to circumstances beyond my control, when I arrived back in Canada, in Toronto, I was flat broke. So I didn't even have enough money to catch the bus back to North Bay from Toronto. So I had no choice but to walk. Well, I mean, I didn't walk all the way, but I thought I would walk out of the city and start hitchhiking. So I started right in downtown Toronto. I got a ride from the airport to downtown. Someone was kind enough to give me a ride. And then I started walking north up Yonge Street and ended up walking all the way to Newmarket before I finally was able to hitch a ride. And then from that point I was able to get more rides, and I eventually did make it back to North Bay. But that was quite a walk from downtown to Newmarket. No, I think this is as far as I'm going, actually, because my battery is at 7%. So I'm going to have to wrap things up here. So I hope you enjoyed the stream from North York Centre, Yonge and Shepard, all the way up past Steeles here into York Region. So thank you everyone for the comments, and thank you everyone for the super chats. All very kind, and I very much appreciate it. And thanks to the mods. And yeah, I'll probably see you this weekend for one of my regularly scheduled weekend streams. So I'm going to get warm now. I think I'm going to duck into the mall that we passed back this way and warm up a bit, and then I'm going to head home. So I'll see you all next time. I will continue. Little ASMR.